All right, YouTube. Finally, season 1 is out. Please forgive my dirty background. A lot of this stuff is forged for wedding this year. Probably just gonna get dirtier. Anyways, season 1 of 2XKO is out. I actually made a list with the help of chat of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, let's get started. I think the best thing we agreed upon is the good of season 1. I mean, just the inception, the game in general, is the netcode. The netcode is the best netcode for a fighting game ever. This is uncontestable. In no capacity can you sit here and say there's another game. But I played motherfuckers from France when I'm in SoCal, and the connection was perfectly fine. It might not ever happen in another fighting game again. Let's just be 1000%. Like, I can't do that in Tokan. And that's another fucking company that has a bunch of money, you know. Alright. Second point, we got a new character. Woo, Caitlyn, yay, cool. Yeah, I'm happy for those of you that wanted another Arcane character. Good system mechanic changes, buffs, and nerfs. I'll record this segment later, but one of the best changes was you can no longer hold a projectile and then tag. So for example, Teemo slingshot tag doesn't exist anymore. So now there's actually consequences for your actions, where before that just didn't exist for the most part. You slingshot tag, run in with your point character, and block with your face. You get hit, doesn't matter. Slingshot hits them, and now you get a combo. Completely silly that he existed in any capacity, but whatever. Training mode in the lobby. This is great. We've been asking for this. I'm so glad it came with season 1. Now you don't have to interact with the lobby if you don't want it, outside of going in the lobby, getting on a cab, and then just training moding it up while you look for it. I'm sure they're gonna make it even better in the future, but we got the bare minimum. Okay. New cosmetics, depends on how you look at it. I'm not a big cosmetic guy, but I know a lot of people love that stuff. Like the new arcade skins look great, they're cool. Kind of distracting to me. I'm just like, ooh, pretty. You know, you get the hit, and then the money goes up, and you're like, oh, shiny. So I feel like I would not be able to use those skins because I would get distracted myself. But yeah, you know, I know some people really like that, the cosmetics and the tournament funding skins. Yeah, this goes in with the new cosmetics, but it needed its separate tab because one, the skins are actually cool, and you know, I'll have that pop up here in the video, probably above me. And they fund tournaments. They fund either the production, they fund the prize pool. Maybe they'll do like invitationals where they could fund getting the players. I don't know. But this is super dope to have, that they have tournament funding skins and the skins actually look, at least from what we've seen so far. This might just be a me thing. And I know there's a couple other people in chat who also have this problem. But I don't have to open the client, the Riot client anymore, to open 2XKO on my PC. I could just open it through the 2XKO shortcut now. That wasn't a thing in season 0. This is more of a me specific thing, but I just wanted to put that out there, you know. It's a nice change for me. You actually save your characters, whatever skins you pick, the colors, and your character choice when you go in a match now. You just can't mash after the first game or the first set, because the game needs to catch up and be like, oh, I remember what character you now. Oh, I remember what skin and color you picked now. Because if you mash, the game bugs out and it gives you like the wrong characters, skins, wrong fears, and things like that. Pretty funny. And one of the last big things, this has really just been going on for the entire span of the game's life, dev communication on anything. Like, this is superb to have. They've straight up with us for the most part. Something happens, they'll be like, hey, our fault. Or hey, you know, we didn't intend for this to happen, but we're trying to cover it. And which, you know, a lot of those things that they didn't intend to happen, we'll talk about in the bad. But that's it for the most part for the good. I'm sure I missed a couple things. You can let me know in the comments, like, hey, you big dumb idiot, you forgot this. You're so stupid. How could you forget? So let me know in the comments if I miss anything that you determine is just a really big good thing for the game. All right, the bad, the jump bug. All right. This bug was so bad that it actually has its own bullet point. And let me pull up the evidence for this, okay? Sorry. All right. So, previously, There was a jump bug in the game where when your opponent jumped over you and you tried to jump, let's say they jumped to the top left of you and you try to jump to the top left to grab them, if you jumped this, I believe it's the same frame they pass you, you'll jump the opposite way. So if you want to go up back, you'll go up forward, and if you want to go up forward, you'll go up back, or something like that. It was a terrible jump bug, but it happened in very specific situations. With season 1, they fixed this bug, but it was still a thing, so we had to talk about it and put it in the bad. For some reason, if you buffered your jump and let go of up, you would get a neutral jump. If you look at my inputs, I never let go of back, but I'm getting neutral jump. Again, they did fix this, but the fact that they somehow introduced the worst bug this game has ever seen after fixing the jump bug, the small jump bug that the game had, is questionable. Like, how did it get past QA? That's what I want to know. And I have another tweet here, like, showcasing that it's off of anything. Here, you couldn't block a burst properly unless you kept holding up. It was weird. Didn't make sense. You would mess up your burst blocks. If you try to jump out during a defensive block string, if you did it too fast, you would get neutral jump. So yeah, this bug was insane. It was the worst bug the game has ever seen. They actually did patch it out. Kudos to them, you know. I don't know if I'm the first person that noticed it, but I think I'm the first person that figured out how it worked. And it sucked. It was annoying. You couldn't do your combos and stuff. Hey, you know, no wonder all my combos are dropping. Like, if you look through the tweets, you know. Oh, this is very funny, by the way. One of the things they put out. Bug fixes. Fix various input bugs that resulted in a neutral jump instead of a forward jump, only to release the worst jump with no. That is very funny. But yeah, some people have their own replies of, like, this guy, he can't do a Yasuo combo. Let's rock. Forward. I think there's a guy with like a Blitzcrank combo or something like that they posted. Yeah, here you go. Like, this dude's like, no wonder I couldn't do. You know, he thought it was a Blitz specific thing. It was just a general character. But they fixed it, which is great, which is amazing. They just found another bug, actually, with Kate, but it spans across all characters. So in this game, as you know, if you use your reaction twice, which is all bounce or that's the end of your combo. With the introduction of season 1, or maybe this was already a bug and we just never tested it, but it was discovered in season 1. If you have an active maybe LTG move hitting, I don't know exactly how it works, you can still get a combo. So where this combo should have ended, yeah, you keep going. So the big issue with this is 1, the extra damage, 2, limit strike gives you 25% meter and it gives you 15% break bar. So if you can practically put this in a combo, each combo can give you 30% break bar instead of 15, and 50% meter, which is a big deal, which is a huge deal. And if you could limit strike again somehow, maybe if you add a third limit strike, all of a sudden one combo nets you 45% break bar. That's insane. That is actually game breaking. Let's move on, shall we? What else do we have? Oh, there's the Alawi bug. And actually, it was funny. I was supposed to get to this note when we got to note 3, but whatever. We'll jump back. Oh yeah, there's this Alawi bug now where her tentacle just disappears. You know, I haven't seen this when I fight Alawi players, but I'm sure Alawi players experience it all the time. And there's actually this very funny diaphone. Check this out. Diaphone's like, man, I never got the jump bug and I never got the Alawi bug. I'm okay. Proceeds to get the bugs immediately after. Check this out. They went limp on him, dude. Let's watch that again in slow motion. Hey, he did say stand down. Honestly, this is Diaphone's fault for playing Yasuo. He told the tentacles to stand down. Like, I mean, what else are they supposed to do? So yeah, this bug is still in the game. And they actually shut down ranked to fix the bugs. They said we're going to take rank down over the weekend while we work on fixing some game impacting bugs. In the meantime, casual lobby will be open or rent. In the meantime, casual lobby will be open or rent some sets. Right, you couldn't play casuals for a bit. Oh, indie dev company. Anyways, yeah, let's watch this one. But the launch has been interesting to say the least. And I don't know if there's a way to replicate the allowy bug. I think it just goes based off vibes. And we've seen what happens when you go based on vibes. It's never a good thing. Small niche bug for the PS5 version. Small issue with the console version that I hope gets fixed soon.
I just wanted to show you guys a little small issue that the console version has. So on this setup, I have 2 keyboards hooked up on their own PS5 username, and they are both individually controlling the menu. Both of these cannot control the menu simultaneously, and they're controlling P1 side and P2 side. Now, once I get all the characters selected, they are individually being controlled as their own players. So then once we get into a match, I go to the P1 side, and it's controlling P2 side. That's fine. Let's go to P2 side, and it's controlling P2 side. This is a little bit of an issue, and this was kind of the main reason why I was excited for the PS5 version.
Yeah, I mean, usually I would be like, well, you know, not too many people play on keyboards, but a free-to-play fighting game, most new people are going to be on keyboards. So if they find themselves on a PS5 and they take their keyboard, and this happens, yeah, that could be an issue. Huh? Well, put that up on the board, bro. What else do we have here? Oh, I mean, we'll talk about that one later. Let's go back. Number 2. Skins cost too much for how little they offer. The price of skins in 2XKO are about the same as they are in, I think, Overwatch. But you have to remember, the FGC is kind of broke. So let's go look at what you get when you buy a skin. When you buy a skin, you get the skin, of course. You get 1 alternative color, and then you get, you know, a sticker, a banner, and avatar item. You only get gloves, like no hood or anything else. Anyways, yeah, $20 for this is, in my opinion, a little too pricey. For not even getting all the alternative colors. If you got all the alternative colors, I think that would justify a $20 price. But you don't. And to unlock one of the alternative colors, it's either 6,500 credits, which takes a while to grind. If you know you have a regular day-to-day, you're not like a streamer like somebody just playing this game all day, right? That's gonna be time consuming for you, but you're not gonna want to spend, I believe it's $5, like I said, for a different chroma, which they call it. Oh yeah, so $5, right? And then you could get all the chromas for $10, which was originally 20. But for a second I was like, wait, why is it more expensive? I was about to scream. I was about to scream, dude. I got scared for a second. Still a lot, man. $10 for all these outfits. Like, I mean, I can't even look at these. I don't have one. We'll look at a character whose skins, who I do have a different skin for, I should say. You know, Sandstorm Echo, $5 to unlock. Or, you know, it's on sale because bundle deal or whatever. It costs you $25 for my full team. I'd already be $100 in the hole. Yeah, so not getting all the outfits off of just buying the skin, I think is a little much. Already $20 for the legendary one. Maybe make them $15. There's a tweet that the Peak devs put out of why they priced the game for $8, and it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. But basically, they're saying like $8 basically feels like $5, but $9 is like spending $10. So that makes sense to you. Cool. If not, look up the tweet. It'll make more sense. So spending $20 is a little too much. because you don't get enough. But if it was 15 bucks, that'd be like the breaking point for a lot of people. You know, like, well, it's 15 bucks. I'm sure I don't get all the outfits, but I still get that one outfit and this stuff. I could just unlock it. So yeah, 15 bucks I think is like the huge breaking point for a lot of people. And you know, of course, it's like you got the battle passes and stuff like that. And itself, not even being on sale is crazy. I definitely want to point that out. What do you even get? You get Caitlyn and all her outfits plus whatever else the battle pass has to offer. I don't know what it was in the wish I would show. I see that anywhere. Can I see the battle pass anywhere, guys? Ah, here we go. Wait, is there no free battle pass? Is there only oh, everything that's locked is the battle pass. Oh. A lot of just all the chromas you can unlock in the battle pass. Oh, I did, man. 35 bucks. Questionable. Okay. Anyways, back to the list. Yeah, there's, I think I mentioned this earlier, but the screen tearing on console versions of the game, as well as there being more input delay, and somebody's actually proven this, right? Like, this guy does input test on all the versions of fighting games, and ultimately he just did it for PC, did it for Xbox and PS5. PS5 is tournament standard, so having it almost be 7 frames of input delay is, that's almost Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5 was 8 frames of input. But you think as time goes by, with the advances that have been made in gaming, and would it really be that big of an issue anymore? Still apparent, plus the screen tearing issues. And you know, you console players out there, if you could let me know in the comments how it's going for you. Someone said putting on variable refresh rate fixes the issue. I don't know if that adds more input delay, but you're already dealing with 7 frames, which is a lot. A lot of stuff that was already hard to block is even more difficult. What else do I have on here? Oh, and the last thing for, like, just in the bad section is I don't think this game was advertised enough. I'm gonna be real. Yeah, I mean, I know they're advertising the game more now, but leading up to it, like, I didn't really see anything. Sure, there was the streamers that were gonna stream the game already, but I wouldn't really count that as advertisement. Due to the fact that we were gonna stream it already, the Sajams of the universes were gonna stream it, the Brian Fs were gonna try it, like, the Box Jam Slam was probably the biggest advertisement piece that they had, which they did fund the prize pool for, which is really cool, but that didn't happen because of Riot. It was going to happen anyway because of Sajam. I don't really count that as them advertising the game, because it was already going to happen regardless of if they intervened or not. People tell me they're advertising it a lot more now, but I don't really see it on, like if I go to YouTube and I look up a random leagues YouTuber, they're not gonna have anything about 2xKO on there. Maybe the launch or the release, probably when it first got announced years ago, but they have such strong, what's the word I'm looking for here, resources with like these people in the Riot program, creator content program, whatever the f they have, to be like, hey man, you're part of our program, we need you to do this favor for us. Talk about 2xKO, and they'd be like, all right, cool, thank you, I'll do it. I think it'd be cool if they gathered non-FGC streamers and they do its own tournament. Yeah, or they gathered non-FGC players, right? And then had them dueled up with an FGC player, you know? But they would be on Sidekick. So they would be coaching, like this, let's say a league stream. Let's say we would have, I don't know, Justin Wong coaching Faker, and Justin Wong's playing Sidekick and can't actually intervene with the match, but like he'd be able to coach or something along this line. That would be really cool and a great way to have the game. That show duos the main aspect. But yeah, that's just a me thing. Maybe you guys have seen the advertising was crazy prior to season 1, but again, for me, like during early access and all this time prior to this, I didn't really see anything. Moving on. Now we're at the ugly. You cannot get battle pass points in private lobbies. I see this as being a bit of an ugly issue. You know, like even if they scaled the battle pass points to like half, at least you're contributing to your battle pass and you're also playing with your friends. Like, because there's some people who want the rewards, but they don't want to play ranked. They don't want to play casuals all the time. Sometimes they just want to run the sets with their homies. There was a workaround for this in early access, which was you guys would duo in a lobby in casuals, and then you disband the duo, and you just get on a cab and you play together. So you get currency and you get battle pass points. I don't think they've patched that out, so you could still do that, but having to do a workaround or a loophole to play with your friend is pretty inconvenient, you know? Let them get battle pass points in private lobbies. Maybe scale it down to like 75% or something. I mean, that's where I stand on that. I'm probably not gonna buy the battle pass, so it's not a huge.
That shit look like the battle pass.
FOMO. Yeah. FOMO is always an ugly thing to deal with these kind of games, and the weekly rotating shop should have at least double the slots. You know, so if you go to the rotating shop here, it only has 4 slots. Maybe this has something to do with in part of maybe. No, there's a ton of skins now. Ari has what, like 5 skins, right? There's like 5 skins. He also has. I think he only has. Yeah, he also doesn't have that many. Blitzcrank has a few. Echo has a few. Jinx, Vi, like. There's a lot. There's enough skins to justify if you. This is how you're gonna do it to have more slots, or maybe don't make it 7 days. Maybe make it like 3 or 4. You just have all the skins available. Yeah, I mean, that's I agree. I think all skins should be available at all times. Yeah, I don't think you should have to buy bundles, you know. I don't think you should have to buy where the hell is it, the arcade bundle. By the way, why is this 28 bucks, bro? I mean, this just goes back to earlier, right? Like the prices, they feel too much. Like this is all some people want. They don't want all of this. They just want this right here. Mainly this. Like, you know, this is not. Mainly this. You know. And 28 bucks to get one thing that you want. It feels like you're being strong armed. Something you don't want. And finally, too much fan service with Arcane champs. I'll say it. I'll say what we're all thinking. How many Arcane champs do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Unless somebody else is like, I've got 2 episodes of Arcane left. I don't know if anybody else shows up. That's 5. And I don't know much about the League lore. I just know that people are like, there's way too many. You have all these other sick. Luckily, the devs said that they're done with Arcane champs for now. That could just be it for the first year, but cool. We're not going to get enough. That's pretty much all I have for my list. If you guys have anything else you want to add, let me know in the comments below. I could be like, hey, thanks, man. I didn't even think about it. I got a pretty stacked list here. Interesting list. Probably some things you guys didn't know about. But this was season 1 in review. I give it like 7. There's a lot of good. There was more good than bad for sure. And the bad is getting fixed, or it's getting at least addressed at the bare minimum. The ugly, yeah, I don't think there's really anything we can do about the ugly. It is what it is. But the goods outweigh the bads, and the bads are getting addressed. Most of the bads are getting addressed very quickly. Like this is fixed. These are getting fixed. That's why they shut down rank. This will get fixed. I don't know if the input delay will get fixed, but the screen tearing will. Let me know in the comments below if you have anything else. That's it. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out as always. Bye.